Well, hey, wonderful Student Life staff team, it's Jeremy here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about our team values again. So, if you remember at staff conference, we talked about TEAM, T-E.A.M. So, T stands for Together in the Great Commission, E stands for Effectiveness, A, always prayer, and M was maturity. And today I want to talk to you about that first value, Together in the Great Commission. So let me start by just talking about the Great Commission is our purpose. It's the thing that brings us together and unites us. And so when we think of the Great Commission, what we're really meaning is that there's an urgency to take the gospel to a lost world, to people that don't know Christ, and they need to hear the message of Christ so that they can respond to it and believe and be saved. And then secondary as well to that is that, when people actually make that decision to journey alongside of them in this thing that we call discipleship, to bring them to a point of maturity. And so when we think about the Great Commission, that's what we're thinking. And so this, like I said, this is our purpose. It unites us. We are always going to be about reaching a lost student at university and seeing them make that journey to becoming a Christ-centered laborer. So when a Christian student wants to get involved with us, they'll know what we're about, and we will disciple them, but only in the context of going and doing evangelism. That's what we're about. That's our purpose, and that is what unites us. So the first thing I want to say is that is what brings us together. But yes, that we value being together in the Great Commission is the second thing. So, we love doing things together, and we work together in teams. And one of the reasons is because we believe teams, there's a synergy that come with them. You're going to achieve far more together with other people working in synergy than you would by yourself individually. But also the encouragement and the comfort that you get from doing things like this together with other people is just huge. And so we value teams. It's a spiritual battle that we fight, and we need each other. And Jesus actually said that we are a body of Christ, and we come together and we have our different giftings and our different strengths, and we support each other. We stand shoulder to shoulder. So that's a huge value for us. We do things in teams. And there's something very interesting that Jesus said. I'm going to read you a little verse here, which leads me onto the third thing, that Jesus actually defines us as family, and I think that's a big thing in being together in the Great Commission. But let me read it to you from Matthew 12, verses 48 to 50. It says, "Who is my mother and who are my brothers?" And stretching out his hand toward his disciples, he said, "Behold, my mother and my brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father who is in heaven, he is my brother and sister and mother." So guys, we're not just colleagues coming together deciding to work for an organization, but Jesus is actually defining us as family. So that means we commit to actually working our stuff out together, when there's conflict. It means that, when somebody is mourning, we lament alongside with them. And when somebody is rejoicing, we celebrate with them. We're family, and we actually want to bring that into our staff environment as well. We value fun. We want to have a laugh, and we want to, we don't want to just be all about getting the job done, but we want to be together. So, the idea of having family fun is crucial, around the dinner table and asking about people's day and creating that community within our environment. It's a value that we have, and this is where it comes under being together in the Great Commission. The next part I think of when I think of this value is that the Great Commission actually calls us beyond our local movements and where we're at, into something much bigger, into a global vision. Because when Jesus gave the Great Commission, he said, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel," in Mark, and he said, "Go and make disciples of all nations." So yes, we have our little neck of the woods, but we can't just take care of that. We have to realize that if we value the Great Commission, we value the whole, because Jesus called us to go and reach the whole world. And so when we have our leadership conversations and things like that, we want to have that in mind, that We want to be a ministry that sends to places that Jesus is calling us to go to. Overall, the church is called to go to the whole world, but whereas Jesus is calling us to send to, and we need to be open to actually letting go of good laborers in our local movements for the sake of the Great Commission. So that's another thing that I think of when I think of this value, the global vision that we're called into. And the last thing that I think of when this value of being together in the Great Commission is actually partnership. And so, like we're a drop in the bucket, aren't we, of just all that God is doing in the world. And then some. He's doing so much. But we want to partner with others where it's possible. But that comes with parameters because, see, we're about the Great Commission. We're about preaching the gospel. We're about evangelism. And so if there are organizations that's not really kind of what they're about, that's sort of a church or an organization that we might not partner with because they're doing different things. But this value of being together in the Great Commission, I mean, it's kind of like the whole tandem thing of helping you reach your world. We want to come alongside other ministries within tandem and outside of tandem that are passionate about the gospel and are passionate about reaching this world for Christ. To be able to go and do that even beyond ourselves as well. And so the parameter is, is this other organization or is this other outfit, are they passionate about the gospel as well? And are we working together for that cause? If they are, then that's a sign that they could be a great group for us to partner with. So that's our first value. And I just wanted to keep it fresh in your mind and just to remind everybody that this is what we're about, and that's the first of them. I'm sure you'd all agree and you'd all be passionate about the Great Commission and being together in it, just like I am. So blessings to you all. Love you heaps, guys. Bye.